Hi everyone, welcome to another tutorial video. In our today video, I will use Python in order to open a shapefile and making some plots by using um, the two most popular libraries that are Geopandas and Matplotlib. So we're gonna create like a Jupyter notebook. So what we need to do is open Anaconda. If you don't have Anaconda, don't worry, I will put a video in the description where you can um, watch it to download Anaconda. Perfect. So now let's create an environment. So go to environment, create, and I'm gonna call it Python tutorials. Over here, let's install the version 3.8.12 and create. Why that version? Because I didn't have any problem by using Geopandas and other libraries, so I think that this one is the most stable so far. So perfect. So now I'm gonna go to home, and as you can see, the environment is already selected. So now I'm gonna install Jupyter Notebook. Now let's launch the application. Okay, so as you can see, this will be the home page that will appear. If you want to know where these all of these folders are located in your computer, so you need to go to, so let's go to this PC, Windows C, users, and over here will appear your user. In my case is Said. Select Jupyter Notebook or just create a folder, but as you can see, yeah, these folders are here. So you can see here Anaconda 3, Ansel, contacts, so yeah, including Jupyter Notebook over here. So perfect. So I'm gonna open this folder, and inside of it I'm gonna create another folder called, so over here let's rename it. I'm gonna put Geopandas tutorial rename. Okay, so what we are gonna do, a common problem that I found is, so this problem that you are seeing in your screen. In order to avoid this particular error, so we need to install 3 libraries before making the code. So in order to do that, let's go to new and let's open the terminal. So the first one will be GDAL. It should be GDAL, GDAL library. So let's type conda install GDAL. So, and open the first link, and what you're gonna do is copy and paste this line, the first one, into the terminal. So paste it, Control V, and press enter. So okay, it says are you gonna proceed to install all of these packages from that library? So we need to type Y and press enter. What basically Python is doing is installing this library and all the packages that are inside that specific library. So perfect. Sometime it will take more time to install all the packages. I already have it, so I think that's why didn't download anything. It didn't download anything. It just said done. So now let's install another one. So let's go back, content install Fiona. Let's copy and paste over here in the terminal. Again, Y. Perfect. As I mentioned, I already installed this. And the last one will be Geopandas. So we're gonna type conda install Geopandas. Again, Y enter. Perfect. So now let's continue with the video. So what we're gonna do is, let's go back. So what I recommend you is to restart everything. So let's do it. So I'm gonna close the windows and also Anaconda. Yes. And let's reopen again. So basically Anaconda will update everything internally. This just happened with these 3 libraries. Usually if you install something, so you can also still running the code. So I mean, like, you don't have to reset the whole application. Let me close this. Okay. Anaconda is opened. Let's select the Python tutorial and let's again launch the Jupyter Notebook. Perfect. This is our folder, Geopandas tutorial, and over here let's click in new Python 3. So we are gonna create an Jupyter Notebook. Over here I'm gonna name it as tutorial. Perfect. So yeah, before start coding, I would like to let you know that if you wanna like put a title or something like that, or make a cell as a test, so you can. So yeah, I'm gonna click here inside escape. I'm gonna press the key M. Now enter. So as you can see, it was converted from a coding cell to a text cell, markdown cell. So now if I use hash and I put tutorial, so okay, so what I did was press shift enter to run the cell, or you can just click here in run, so you can see the title. Again, escape M, enter. If I use 2, so I'm basically decreasing the text. If I use 3, which is the maximum allowed, tutorial. So you can see how the size of the font is decreasing. And now if I use like regular text, so you can see, yeah, the normal size and these 3 other size. Okay, perfect. So the first one is we need to, in order to run the code, so first of all we need to let Python know where is located our folder. So in this case I'm going to use the library called ImportOS, and I'm going to type this. So os.chdr the IR, and over here R quotation mark, and I'm gonna copy and paste the location of the folder, which will be Geopandas tutorial, this one. Click over here, copy, paste. Okay, so now Python knows where is located the folder. So basically, where is located the Jupyter Notebook. As you can see, this is the Jupyter Notebook has this name, so that period I is this type of file called IPYNB. Okay, so now we're gonna import Geopandas as GPD. And now, so let me download the file that we're gonna, so basically the shapefile that we're gonna plot and we are gonna read by using Geopandas. So what we are gonna do is we're gonna use the states shapefile. So I'm gonna download the states, a shapefile that contains the states of United States. So the first link, go to here, states, this link over here. So I'm gonna cut or copy the file, and I'm gonna paste it in our folder. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna extract the files, and at the end we will have this folder over here, and inside of it, this is the shapefile. So now what we are gonna do, let's go back to the code, and here I'm gonna create a variable called states, and I'm gonna save the shapefile. I'm gonna call the shapefile, and I'm gonna save it in that specific variable. Okay, in order to do this, let's use Geopandas. So gpd read file, and over here let's copy and paste the name, the location of the file. So Python already knows the folder, so it's inside of this folder. Perfect. Let's enter, and it will be this shapefile. I'm gonna copy the name, and I'm gonna add that shp. Okay, remember I'm running the cells. Basically, you can run the cell by clicking in run or shift enter. So now let's take a look at the states. So if I put the variable, so you can see this is like the attribute table that you can see like in software like RMap or QGIS. So you can see all the columns that are inside the shapefile. Yeah. So, and the last column is gonna be the geometry, which contain the polygon or the your spatial data where is located each of the polygons or each of the states. Perfect. So now if you wanna take a look at the column without like printing everything, so you can type states.head, and you can see just the first 5 rows and yeah, all the columns. Perfect. So let's take a look at the name of the columns. So if you wanna look at the name of the column, just type states dot columns. So you can see these columns over here are all of these. So we just got the columns. So now let's focus in the count in the states. This variable called name. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create like a title, escape, enter, one hash, and I'm gonna put states. Shift enter. Perfect. And over here I'm gonna type states, and between inside of the square brackets I'm going to put the variable. So in this case will be name. So if I run the cell, so you can see all the names of the of each of the states. So now instead of so as you can see, those represent the indices for each of the rows. So in order to avoid this, let's put that values, and you can see here a list of all of the states that are inside that specific column. This one over here, called name. So this one over here. Perfect. Now let's see how many they are. So I'm gonna put the states, square brackets, specify the variable should be the same, the exact name, and I'm gonna put count. I'm gonna use the function count to get how many values are. There are 52. Perfect. So now let's so far this is the main use of Geopandas in order to take a look at open shapefiles. So you can see this is like a brief introduction of Geopandas. So now let's take a look at the projection. So if you want to know the projection, so you can type this. So again, call the variable states, and you can put CRS. So I'm gonna use this in order to look at the projection. So you can see the EPSG is 4269, and you can see all the name of the projection. The latitude and longitude are in degrees, and yeah, so you can see all of the data. By the way, if you want to change or reproject the shapefile, you just need to type the variable where is located the shapefile, in this case states. Now what I'm basically doing is I'm gonna save the projection again in the same variable. So, or you can create a new one if you want. I'm gonna use the function to underscore CRS. I'm gonna use the curly brackets to let me zoom this so you can see clearly what I'm doing. Over here, and let's specify the EPSG. So I'm gonna use this one over here as G. If I run it, so this means that it's running that specific cell. So let's wait for it. Now, perfect. So now we can type again. Let's take a look at the projection, and you can see the projection was changed to this one, and you can see the name of the projection. And now, for example, this one, the like the latitude and the longitude are in meters instead of degrees. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change again. So I'm gonna put here 4269, and I'm gonna use the original one. So let me, if you wanna delete a cell, just select the cell and press twice the D key. Okay, so the cell was removed.